Let's do some medium bob lock. I had this hairstyle a few years ago and I wanted to run it back. Here are the products that I'm going to be using today. Some X-Pression Outre Springy Afro Twist hair in the color 2 in 24 inches, a pointed edge comb, some Loc N Gel, and some Blue Magic conditioning hair dressing, and of course a crochet needle. All of these products can be found at your local beauty supply store. I'm going to be starting off freshly washed and blow dried hair. With parting, I did a straight line down the middle, divide my hair in two, and I sectioned off 3 sections on one side, connected each section to the other side. In this first section, I'm going to be dividing it into 2 and creating my boxes with vertical lines. For my first row, I had 4 boxes. For a medium size, 4 just fits the nape of my neck the best. After creating the vertical lines, I go over them with the Loc N Gel just to hold my lines in place, and I only use the Loc N Gel at the base of my hair to begin the braid while using the Blue Magic at the length of my hair. So far I have 4 boxes on the first row and 6 on the second. Skipping over that middle section, I'm going to move into the front section of my hair, create 3 additional horizontal parts in the front of my hair. I then curve those lines to connect to the middle section. Doing it this way just makes it a little bit easier for everything to look more cohesive. Then I just repeated the same exact process on the right side of my head. Y'all already know I had to add my Felicia braids in there to hold the parts in place. Now that my pre-parting is already finished, I can easily go in and add my box braid. From the 3rd row up, I have 10 braids. 4th and 5th row are also 10 each, and then the last row is 8. Here's an overview of my braid pattern, and look how neat the parting is. Chef's kiss. Alright, so now we're about to get into adding the locks. Here are the first 2 rows done, and don't worry, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I installed these locks. Going in with your crochet needle, you're going to place the needle in between the base of your braid and attach the hair through the loop and pull it through the root of your hair. Be sure to only pull one end of the synthetic hair through the root of your hair. Grab one end of the synthetic hair with your real hair in the braid and begin to wrap at the base of your hair. Be careful not to wrap too tight because you're doing a lot of wrapping and this can get really tight really fast. To make the hair look a little bit distressed, I like to pull out a piece of the hair while wrapping. It's almost like you're doing butterfly locks, but not really. I like doing this because it makes the hairstyle look not so polished and a little bit rugged and more like natural in my opinion. I also pull out some of the curly pieces. Now when you get to the sides and the top of your hair, you want to be checking the other locks to make sure your lock you're doing is at the same length of those locks. To seal the locks, I just twisted the hair back upward up the shaft of the lock and rolled them in my hand. By doing that, the friction kind of makes the hair stick together, especially with this type of hair. When braiding your natural hair, be sure not to braid it super tight at the root because you do not want to have any traction or like tension at the root of your hair, especially when you got to pull the synthetic hair through the base of your real hair. Also, be sure to always pull it through the middle of the braid to cover up the beginning of your braid so that way your braid isn't showing at the root of your hair when you're twisting your lock. When you get to the end of the lock, you're gonna twist the hair back in the same direction that you twisted it going downward. When you get done, the locks are gonna be a little stiff. You can use some mousse to kind of loosen them up, but if you let the hair just relax on its own, it's also gonna just like loosen up. As long as you don't wrap super duper tight, you should be good. The locks will fall on their own. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing a series with different hairstyles I can do with this type of hair. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next hairstyle.